and we are TwoPaperGirls.
We're back with another Top 5 Wednesday, the last one of March, and this one's a really good topic. It's the top 5 least favourite books in your favourite series.
I haven't read a series for quite a while, but I used to read quite a few, and some of these books really let me down, but the overall series actually turned out to be really good, so let's just go.
My number 5 choice is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This is number 5 because I adore all these books, and I really love the mystery in Chamber of Secrets. I think it's really clever storyline, the way everything pans out, but it's full of spiders, and it's a film I've watched the least because I'm really scared of spiders, and all the spiders in the films are terrifying. And I think because of that, it's I didn't see the film as much, which meant I didn't read it as much. And also, when I want to read Harry Potter, I prefer the later books because they're a bit more mature. But then I always read the first book because it's really nostalgic. So the second one's kind of this in between where it's too kiddie, but it's not the first one. So it's definitely my least favourite Harry Potter book.
My number 5 is Fear from the Gone series by Michael Grant, which finished a long time ago now. But this is the penultimate one in the series, and I just remember being it was still amazing, but it was the worst one in the series because the third one blew my mind, the first two were really great, and then it just started to go a bit insane before kind of summed it all up. Things did start to go a bit manic, but I really enjoyed the whole series, but this was a bit of, not a letdown of a book, that's why it's at number 5, but it was definitely the weakest out of all 5.
My number 4 is Throne of Glass by Sarah J Maas. Because I haven't read many series, this list is basically all my favourite series, but the worst book. And Throne of Glass is still really good, but I read the Assassin's Blade first, and I really, really loved that. And for me, Throne of Glass wasn't as good as the Assassin's Blade. I feel like Assassin's Blade, then Throne of Glass, then Crown of Midnight, there's a bit of a dip in the series, and I think people who start off the series with Throne of Glass sometimes find it really boring and can't get into the series, whereas I think Assassin's Blade is much more exciting. So I think Throne of Glass is just a bit slow and not that much happens, so I can see why some people don't like Throne of Glass.
My number 4 is The Fall by Robert Butchermore in a Cherub series, which finished again a long time ago. I know there's been another spin-off series, it's The Boys, I don't have a clue. But the first few books in this series, which was a 13-book series, absolutely huge. You will see a lot of huge series on this list I did used to love, but the books are towards the end. The Fall is the worst one because you have the main characters, you have I forgot his name. You have the main guy, who I forgot the name of, and Kerry, his girlfriend, and then his little sister Lauren. But then in The Fall, I think it's the 7th book, Lauren just takes over and she's the main character. And I liked her when she was James's little sister. But then when she takes over, it's just, she does my head in. And then they bring all the new characters in and the series just goes downhill, and this book was when I realised it's starting to be a bit rubbish.
My number 3 is Shatter Me by Tahira Mafi. Again, I do really enjoy this trilogy, but I think the first book was just a bit slow. It definitely picks up and gets a lot more exciting. The first one, she's just really weak and nothing really happens, and that is the point. And it was still a really addictive read, but I don't know, I didn't like the way the characters were set up. I enjoyed it, but I thought, this is a trashy book that I'm enjoying, whereas then the next series, no, it's actually quite good. So yeah, I didn't really love Shatter Me. It was I wasn't sure if I should carry on with the series or not, because it definitely wasn't my favourite.
Coming in at number 3 is A Miserable Mill by Lemony Snicket, part of a series of unfortunate events. This is actually, oddly, number 4 in the series. The first 3, brilliant. This one, I didn't like it. I didn't like it because they sent Klaus mad, and I liked Smart Klaus, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like how they made Sunny gnaw the wood with her one tooth. It was just really creepy. It was a creepy read. It did go a bit creepy about that point, from Miserable Mill, Austere Academy. I still don't know what austere means. Oh no, I do. But I had no clue when I was a kid. But this is where it started to get a bit creepy. It was between Miserable Mill and the Ursat elevator. But then it starts to go up with the hostile hospital. But yeah, this one was really creepy.
My number 2 choice isn't quite a strict trilogy, but people kind of class it as such, and that's Stephanie Perkins' interweaving Anna and the French Kiss sort of trilogy, because it has the different characters that all know each other and interlinked. And my least favourite is definitely Lola and the Boy Next Door, because I just really didn't like this book. Anna and the French Kiss was amazing. Lola and the Boy Next Door, I just found her weird, quirky, like dressing up in fancy dress every day, really unbelievable. The guy was called Cricket, which was just a stupid name. I think she had 2 gay dads. It was just trying to be like as different and as quirky as possible, but I don't really think it worked compared to like Anna and the French Kiss. It was just like really, really good, well done love story. And yeah, I don't think I'll ever reread Lola. I really didn't like it.
My number 2 is The Spooks Destiny from the Wardstone Chronicles by Joseph Delaney, because this one, I think this is the weird one where he has to go to Ireland and save Alice. And I just don't have a clue what happened. It just goes so off the rails, bad, random. And it's definitely the worst one. It was between this one and The Spook's Blood and I Am Grimalkin, because every other sentence is I am Grimalkin. And it just drives me a bit mental. Like, this series was so good. I can't stress how much I love the first 6 books. And then it just starts to carry on. And it's just, it was just a nightmare. But this one definitely got to the pinnacle of nightmare.
And my top least favourite book of a favourite series is The Scorch Trials by James Dashner, because I really love the Maze Runner trilogy. Like, I finally read it after Amy told me about it for years and years and years. I read it about 2 years ago in summer, and I absolutely loved it. I love the Maze Runner, and I really like the Death Cure because it's kind of what I wanted. And then The Scorch Trials is just this awkward in between. Like, I like the kind of real world bigger picture of the Death Cure, and I like the intimate maze. And Scorch Trials is just like this weird desert in the middle. Like, literally just, they just walk round for ages and everyone faints and collapses, and Teresa's annoying. And I just really didn't like this. I wasn't even a massive fan of the film. It was better than the book, but they changed a lot. And yeah, just Scorch Trials for me really just doesn't do it, but luckily it's starts and ends really well.
And number 1 for me is City of Fallen Angels from the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare, because this series is one of the best series I've ever read. But Fallen Angels was just and come again? Because it was meant to be originally, it was meant to be a trilogy, ending with City of Glass, and then she wanted to carry it on. And then obviously, because she intended to finish it, City of Glass was amazing, and then Fallen Angels had to pick up all the pieces and bring in a new bad guy, and it just didn't really work out very well for her, which is a shame, because City of Lost Souls and City of Heavenly Fire just blew my mind completely. But this was a bit of a come down from City of Glass, carrying on in the series. And I wanted to put Clockwork Angel on this because I've only read the 1 book, but I guarantee that it's the worst in the series. But yeah, City of Fallen Angels gets the top spot.
So that's it for our least favourite books in our favourite series. Let us know down below which ones you aren't a massive fan of your favourite books.
I will see you in the next video. Bye! That cracked.
I'm so tired.